I'm Joffrey Lupul. You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Boys, how we doing here?
Fella.
It's nice to have.
Am I the only one drinking or?
I'm trying to go a couple days without one. Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know you're drinking.
Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah,
I thought these were for
like a good blue light though, eh?
I assume this was for advertising and decoration.
No, that's for you. I brought it right out of the fridge for you.
It was just for that sound. That was just high quality sound.
Sounds of summer.
The sounds of summer. By the way, summer's just around the corner, boys.
It's almost here. Thank God.
Stanley Cup's coming to an end. I mean, they're giving it out, so it's good.
It's coming to an end, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joffrey Lupul, Loops, buddy. Long time coming. What do you think of the studio? First time being here, eh?
Beautiful, boys.
Not bad, huh?
See why you spend so much time here.
Updog spends a lot of time. I forgot to start the timer here, boys. Eh? Keep it on track here. Updog spends
I come
a
in
lot
here.
of time here.
I treat this like the office, a place I come and shower, get away from the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right next to John Wayne Airport, so I park here. So I'll park here and Binger. I'll get Binger to roll me up a nice doobie, and he'll drop me off at the airport, and he'll drive the car back. It's a good system.
So this car's going to be here for the next month.
He's got cars everywhere.
Yeah,
He had
it's a good system, Binger. Thank you, bud.
He had 7 dress shirts hanging up there that he just got out of here. The best was his text a couple weeks ago. Well, you were there. You came to Vegas with me for game 1. There's birds in one. He sends this text for Bigger. Pick me up at the airport. Grab me Jersey Mike subs. No jalapenos on it. Mike's way. Pick me up there. Drop me in the studio. Grab my dry cleaning. And then I'm going to do the show. I'm like, I don't know if that's in the contract or not.
No, that's just good direction. That's what you call it.
Yeah. Bigger's like, do you need anything, Holmes? I'm like, no, just take care of him there. I'll grab a fucking chicken sandwich.
Yeah, but if you've seen the shape I was in, I mean, I don't know who was in worse shape leaving Loops on Sunday morning or me on Monday morning.
What time, by the way, thanks. What time did you leave, or did you just get out of there, or what?
So, I woke up probably 7:30, and I was just looking at flights, and there was one at 8:15, and I'm like, I just do this right now. I'm in my bed at 9:15 back home. Otherwise, I go back to sleep. I wake up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just...
To Updog coming in hot.
Going, hey, let's go. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Let's go pool party.
Yeah, no, and Travis had the pool party lined up, by the way. I didn't even make that.
I know. We went out to that stupid practice rink. But we got some good content.
Tons of
I didn't
content.
sleep very much either. I laid down I got to my room at 6:30, and I knew he was coming in at 9:30. And I'm
6:30, not bad.
Yeah, I just laid there, and then that's all I did. And then a text from him, and I woke up and started drinking right again. So I was.
It's not every day you go into Vegas with plans on staying longer than 2 days. Anyway, right?
No.
Like what the hell you do on day 3?
I went in with a plan and get in and get out.
He's like, I'm only bringing one shirt.
I'm bringing one shirt. That's
it. So you had that.
Yeah.
I said, well, maybe bring another shirt just in case, And he said, the only way I'm staying is if I'm up money, and if I'm up money, I'll buy a new shirt. I'm like, that's true. It's a good point.
When was the last time you guys were in Vegas together? We all went.
I haven't been there for
McGregor
when he broke his leg.
Oh,
you guys saw that? Yeah. I remember. Well,
didn't
remember
know what the
Mayweather?
fuck was
Remember the
we didn't know
Mayweather
what was
fight where
going
all
on.
that? That was juicy.
Did you see the clip of Mayweather? And was that recently against Gotti?
That was on.
That's John Gotti's kid.
Was that at the Florida Live? That was at the fucking BBT Center.
It was
I think.
an exhibition.
Yeah.
And they
Binger, look that up
got
for
all
a sec.
crazy. And I guess the Gotti family was like threatening his kids and stuff in the ring. They're like, your family's all fucking dead. Like, what?
No, it was full on. You see how big that one dude came up above
Mayweather's two bodyguards? Yeah.
Was it Mayweather's guy or was it?
The two big dark...
Oh, yeah.
Those
the
are
one
Mayweather's
guy
guys.
reached over it looked like a WWE guy.
Dude,
you wouldn't want that Gotti family to just have you in the crosshairs at all.
No, a little more press for our boy Connolly, by the way, which I thought that Gotti movie wasn't as bad as people said it was to him, by the way.
I never watched it at his request, actually. He said, maybe just sit this one out, Loops.
Yeah, he was hard on himself over that
They're
one.
going to string me up for this one.
At the Panthers ring?
So Loops, is
Live
Mayweather,
arena.
like...
Florida
How
Live
much
arena.
does he make for that tilt? Do you know or anything?
I have no clue. I didn't even know it was on, so I don't know if you...
Is the Florida rink called Florida Live Rink now?
FLA Live Arena.
Yeah, that's where the fucking fight was.
Really?
It was the day after the Panthers' second game. Yeah, it was the day after game 4. It was
a lot of action down there right now.
A lot of action.
The
Not
Heat,
anymore
the
after
Panthers,
the Joker said enough of this.
He said enough, yeah.
I had Nuggets money line Loops, and then I took Nuggets second half in that game 5.
Nice.
One or both
You
ways.
got them both?
That doesn't usually happen for me.
Loops, have you enjoyed betting on hockey since you've been done playing hockey, or do you think it's not very? It's hard, right?
I think it's hard, and it's kind of, I think, the least fun sport to bet on. I don't know. Like NFL is the spreads are so close.
Yeah.
Hockey is just it's just hard. Like
Yeah,
even
totally.
like people always ask me, like, what do you think about Game 3 of this series? I'm like, I have no idea. Depends what the penalties happen, how the goalies play. There's just like no.
When
no
lines are
rhyme or
like
reason.
minus
Yeah.
nine, minus
Home teams got
195.
worked all playoffs.
Yeah, so
Like,
see,
this playoffs was
if you bet for the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, up until now the home team, Vegas has been winning home games, whatever. But first 3 rounds, arguably, if you took road teams and underdog teams, you made double the amount of money than someone that was trying to pick favorites, because they would lose double at the same time.
It's just so hard when a series is like tied 1-1. It's going back to your barn. You're like, these guys are gonna win for sure.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, they
I
would
know.
like 90% of the time, and now it's like home ice just like doesn't do the.
I know
It's
it doesn't
hard.
do it
You
justice,
used to-
right?
We used to
Yeah.
bet on goalies, and it's like,
Now they're
no
all good.
no goalie got really
They're all awesome.
Now they're
so-
just.
But
the
no
goals
goalie
are-
other than Bobrovsky, and you ran Florida for the last while. Like, but no one other than Bobrovsky was like just stealing every game. So you're like, fucking, how do you not take Florida?
Yeah.
Then again, they were underdogged until the middle of the 3rd round.
They
every
were not.
game.
They were not a home. They were not a favorite till Game 3 at home against Carolina, the conference finals. But round 1 sizzled me. I mean, I was an idiot. I had a chance to hedge. I had Boston in the series at -3, whatever the fuck it was. Colorado -3, whatever. And in Game 7, I could have hedged it the other way, and for whatever reason, I didn't. But I mean,
because you're a man.
yeah, thanks. I'm a fucking broke man. But like that set the tone. Like for those two teams to lose Game 7s at home, I was like, that put me in a significant hole.
Yeah.
I'm about to climb myself out if Vegas does get it done.
I got a funny text from my bookie the other day, and Loops, because when I told you, I'm like, you give me a pretty good discount. I kind of got smoked a little bit down the stretch, and I'm like, fucking, I go, what's my figure at? Take it easy on me, right? And he's a good guy. I've never met him, actually. We were going to link up in Vegas this past week, but he's like, because he's got a runner, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'll do you good this one, right? And he cuts off a nice chunk, and I'm like, you're a good man. And then this week, I absolutely clobbered him. Like I went at it because we were at the game, and in Vegas, I went perfect. And then so I'm like, he starts chipping away via Venmo, and I'm like, yeah, can we save the rest in cash? Just like to reload my bank account there for the rest. And he's like, do I get my discount? And I'm like, oh, don't worry, bud. You'll get this back. You'll get this back, sure enough. And he's like, I'm just kidding. No, it was hilarious. But he's like, do I get my discount? And I'm like, no, you don't. I accept this one in cash. I got to feel like a winner this week.
Yeah. Let me enjoy the moment here, would you?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Let me enjoy the flavor.
Felt good.
Loops, we were talking like this time of year when you look back, like none of us were lucky enough to win one. Do you just like as an ex-player realize how hard it is to win? Like these Florida getting all this way, and like do you just watch it as an ex-player?
Yeah,
like, no wonder I didn't win one. It's so fucking hard to win.
Well, Florida's probably the best example there is. I believe if Pittsburgh won the last game of the year,
Yeah.
It was the
out.
Chicago Blackhawks. It was minus
they lost to the
450. Yeah.
So that's how close they were there. Marchand, the one game, gets a breakaway with 2 seconds left to end the series.
Yeah.
When that Game 5, you're almost out again there. And then, I mean, they've played great since then, but think the margins are so close. But hey, you got to hand it to them. They talk about ballsy moves.
Yeah.
They were the best team in the league last year, and they trade Huberdeau and
Weeksy baby.
fire their coach.
That's true.
They're certainly not. They weren't satisfied with last year.
Yeah.
And Vegas would be the other example of that, probably, right?
Yeah.
Made some huge trades. Fleury, Pacioretty, brought in Eichel, Pietrangelo.
Yeah.
They've just these
Yeah,
teams
it's-
have wanted it for a while, and they deserve it.
Yeah,
What have you done for me lately? Type of league right
that's
now.
when you say it like that, like Loops, that's crazy. President's Trophy, fire your
Yeah.
coach, trade your best player, trade your arguably best defenseman, bring in Matty, bring in Bill. Bring in Paul Maurice. It was ballsy moves, I guess.
And then to have it all, like Loops just said, have it all magically have to fall into
Yeah.
place. Otherwise, guys are on the hot seat. Look at the way it was the last week of the season for Florida before they got their asses kind of
And Jovo said halfway through the season in Florida, they were calling for Paul Maurice's head.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's not the guy for the job. It's like, he just got here.
Yeah.
Chill. And this is what I say sometimes, and you guys know it. We've all played on a bunch of teams. when a guy moves, it takes a while for them to get settled in, right? Like off the ice, and if they have a family and their wife, and the wife's nagging them at home because the fucking other wives aren't fucking fun as the old wives. And
what do you nag about in Florida?
The drivers, heads up, the people drive like fucking maniacs there.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you the tabs down at the clubs.
The clubs,
you're just like, really? What did we spend $9,000?
Fine fun
on what? Oh, that club.
Fine fun. Loops, I wanted to ask you. We were all on the Oilers big time. We were blinded by 29 and 97, and it obviously didn't work out. But playing for a guy who grew up there and played there for a bit, and what are your thoughts on that whole? Are they as close as they think, or what?
I would think they are.
Yeah.
I mean, what were they, conference final last year? This year, ran into Vegas, which now that you're watching Vegas play other teams, like the depth they have, especially on the back end, he's like, they're just a tough matchup. Thank you.
Yeah.
What a pro.
Yeah. What a guy.
Vegas is a tough matchup. Their third and fourth line are playing great. Their D 1 through 6 are solid. They're just like it's just a really tough matchup. And obviously, what's this kid, a third, fourth string goalie? He's fucking bigger than the net.
I know. He looks like a cross goalie.
Yeah, he's massive. He's played great.
Does it just make
Florida's done.
Does it just make you upset though when you see the D in Vegas, the play the way they are, and how how easy it is to play in front of a team like that, and then like you look at the Oilers and they're just so backwards to like what they need to win. Like what you need D, you need strong, physical, puck moving. A couple guys that can play offense, but ultimately you need these like responsible guys back there that can handle the heat of the playoffs,
break up a cycle.
And when you don't have that, it is almost impossible to win a Stanley Cup.
Like if you looked at the Oilers back end, would you say that White Cloud and Hag would probably arguably be their top pair?
Top two?
Would be their top pair right now? It's Vegas is 5-6. Like if you said, okay, put out White Cloud and Hag or ahead of Bouchard and Nurse, I would.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you
Ekholm's probably their best D, but
Ekholm.
But I see what you mean, like a solid pair that.
I loved going into playoffs for them was I got a little kind of myself was the big boy, old Vinny Darnay there. I'm like, top dog, this guy. There was a couple times, Loops, where I'm like watching it on the TV and I'm yelling, move it. And he's just like hanging on to it. And then pick his pocket. I'm like, maybe he's not quite ready for prime time yet.
I mean, who is when you're that,
well, you forget,
early into the fucking, NHL playoffs and you got the two best players on your team and you're just trying to like not fuck up.
Yeah.
It's not easy, How old's that kid anyway? 24, 23?
Let's pull him up.
He's fucking big mutant.
The first headline here says, Darnay will be a healthy scratch on Monday. It was March 20th. Hey, fuck, hang in there, bud. Doesn't say how old he is.
Have you been in the new barn up in Edmonton, Loops, ever? Or?
I haven't. No, I've seen it. Looks beautiful from the outside, but I haven't. Did you go to a game there?
We went last year.
Yeah, I played in there though. I got a couple games in there. Yeah, fuck.
Oh, you played in there?
Played in there. Had a training camp in there.
Play Loops? Fuck,
Fuck, I played in there, man.
You played a regular season game there?
Yeah. Fucking right.
Wow.
The dressing rooms were kind of fucked up still, and I'm sure they weren't serving. I'm sure the hot dogs weren't exactly crispy rice.
The menu wasn't quite dialed.
The drywall wasn't done
it smelled a little bit like paint. And they had the they put the temporary fucking mats to walk out. It's a nice little trek out from the dressing room to the.
So he got 80% the experience.
Yeah. You got 80.
No, but then I got the full works in there, like, because I had training camp with the Oil, so I got their full room experience. The fucking place is badass, but it has to be because no one's fucking going up there if it's not.
You need to let the boys hang out the rink.
They needed it, and it's exactly what Calgary needs, and it makes for an enjoyable experience, at least going to the games. We saw.
Yeah, he dragged me up there for the fucking Battle of Alberta, and I checked the forecast. It's gonna snow. I'm like, I'm not going. And he starts laying it on me. Hey, like, fuck you. Like, I'm an Alberta boy. We're business partners.
Snow.
Yeah, he's like, come on. Like, you're really not gonna. I'm like, it's gonna fucking snow. He's like, we're going. So, anyways, we went. The Saladome Loops. I was thinking about you. The lineup for the pisser was from here to your beach house. It was like, I looked at it, I was like, I can't wait in this line.
Yeah.
Like, we got to go downstairs and get somehow. So it was a football
250
field deep of drunk Albertans just fucking holding
taking 90-second pisses.
and then going and drinking six more beers and coming.
And then it's like,
Hey, do you guys remember the visiting dressing room in Winnipeg? How big it was? Was it Winnipeg that it was super long? Am I thinking Winnipeg? Is that the right one where it was like buff?
I can't remember.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Had a
Like,
double.
you have to yell the pass to clear. Yeah, fucking throw it
Well, it was a
down.
double whammy. There was
yeah.
a partition that was pulled open. It was long dressing room, yeah.
Do you miss the game like this? This guy comes in every week and thinks he's got like
He thinks he's got one more game.
like he
more
thinks
years,
like if
yeah.
the Ducks need a third liner, like I'm like, you could maybe play tonight, but could you play tomorrow at Crypto? I mean, I know I can't, but do you ever like because your career ended kind of abruptly, or do you ever? I know you get dreams sometimes. You say,
Yeah. I always have hockey dreams, but then I wake up and quickly realize that was just a dream.
Then you try to get out of bed, to take a piss. You're like, oh no,
When I can't get my socks on, I'm like, you're probably done.
What kind of bed you got? No, because my bed's, I don't know if it's perfect. I got the Tempur-Pedic. What do you
So do
sleep
I. I have a Tempur-Pedic. I think I got to upgrade. It gets too hot.
Is it? I got like
Christina's like her back's giving her shit now. I'm like, maybe it's time for a new bed. But the bed's not even 5 years old, I don't think.
yeah.
A lot of thumping on there, though.
I was gonna say how much
A lot of
stuff have you
thumping.
been doing on there?
No, but what kind of bed? Do you got a good bed?
I had my bed made. I was a sucker. I fell for where my bed moves up.
Yeah,
and my feet
I was going to
go
say
on.
for sure Obi's got one of those.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Does it
great in the morning.
vibrate?
It's like,
Vibrates.
Wow.
Like, when I first got it though, it was a nice little touch when I back in my
Yeah.
single day. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Lift the legs up, get her going here.
Hey, do you still?
And then you just get them on. You just
fire
get
it
them
on
on
there?
top. Like you put the legs up, and then up here, you just get them on top. You don't even.
Yeah. You're like, can I get an extension cord here? There's just one cord.
Here,
won't
plug
reach.
that in over there. Put this one over here.
There's no spot for my iPhone.
My bed is. I'm actually. I don't get a bad back from it.
That's
But
good.
I don't have the best.
But you're swimming now too. That's a big reason why.
Swimming changed my life.
Yeah.
Swimming changed my life. Hasn't helped my hair though. It's made my hair thinner, I think.
Boy,
Do you
look
wear a little cap in
look
there?
at what
Oh,
it did.
should I wear the cap loops? I can't wear the cap.
Look at what it's done to our boy Cody's hair. The guy's fucking, it's like blonde and frizzy, and
Well, he's in there for. I
he
mean,
goes 4 or 5 hours a day.
you should see the stuff he sends me, boys. I swim 1,200 yards, or I guess it's yards down here, and it takes me 32 minutes. If I give her maybe 29, he swims for like
3 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy how long. It's like, to me, that's insane. Like, he's just a
You
machine.
got such a nice house too to go back to and just chill out. Why would you work out so much in the pool?
I don't know. Should I put the cap on, boy? I can't be seen.
Yeah.
How do you go with the
Get a
cap?
Missin Curfew cap.
Yeah, we'll get
Get
you a
it-
curfew
yeah.
cap.
I already got the fucking flippers, boys.
You never
I'm like
wore,
Scuba
hey,
Steve
you
in
never
there.
wore domes though. You might as well not start with
Never,
one on your head.
was never a big dome guy. Never a big dome guy. I
I
often
like
think
what's
back.
the market like for a Missing Curfew swim cap? I know, you, Cody, I don't know anyone
Probably
else.
as big as it
I
is
was-
for our t-shirts.
Yeah.
Not much.
We're getting work drying our merchandise too. I love you.
I like our merch. So look
Our
at that
merch is
tarp.
good,
Yeah, it's a nice tarp.
Yeah, he sent it to me because I think I'm our best. I've just been sending merch to everyone across the fucking country.
Fucking rights.
Hashtag save
Is that a little golf pullover? Is
This is
that
a
what
Johnny O. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
gonna do the Johnny O ones, but we just thought it was a little pricey for our clientele. But I wanted to talk to you about, because I know you do watch playoff hockey. The refs. I mean, I've had some texts with you throughout the course of the playoffs, where you have literally been the only guy on my side. Where you're like, did you see that? Like, for example, the trip on Eric Stahl in Game 4 or Jordan Stahl with a minute left. Like, you didn't like that one.
Horrendous.
Like, as an ex-guy, when
You
you
just
watch
guess,
it, is
yeah.
it just like, what do you think?
Well, it was very, in the first round was really frustrating. They were calling seemed to be everything. And it's almost like is there some type of mandate, like at the start of playoffs, they're like, hey, we're going to call all this shit. You guys fucking relax a little bit. Is that what they're trying to say?
I think
it's
that's
like-
a little bit it, and that's just young, horned up refs out there that want to make
Yeah,
a
they're
difference.
all excited too.
Yeah. But it pisses me off.
I think it's too a lot in the first round. The is they're kind of like weeding out the mutants a little bit, right? Like
Yeah, but
this
leave the
team's a bunch
mutants
of
alone.
mutants. They're going to try to bully their way through the playoffs.
What's
We're not
wrong with
about
that?
No, I listen.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the first round is always the worst for the way that's called, and then the
don't-
second round they put them away.
I don't remember it like that. I remember because listen, I only got to the second round. Although the first round my year against Anaheim, I was in Nashville. They were calling everything on me. I had that fucking. I think Trotzy had to call the league. I don't remember it like that when we played. Trotzy's like, leave this poor guy alone. Was it like that when we played, boys? Like, I thought the first round was almost
they
a
call more
bloodbath.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, first couple of years I was in the playoffs, to get a power play in overtime was
You'd have to kill someone.
like, you got to take away a breakaway or like hospitalize
Fuck the
someone.
guy's wife.
Upshall, you fucked my girlfriend last night. That's 2.
Yeah.
I'll take 4. It was worth it.
No, I think it should be a scoring chance. And if it's a high stick, or a blatant trip. Yeah, but other than that, let the boys figure it out, especially come OT.
But then that Florida-Carolina game, would it go 5 overtimes?
Yeah, actually.
That one, I'm like, someone call a fucking penalty.
That was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
They're so tired. No one could get a shot on goal. It was like...
The coaches should have looked at each other and just said, let's go 3-on-3. What do you think?
Yeah.
Fuck it. 3-on-3, let's go.
No, it's funny you say that because I think from...
It's 4 days to recover from that game.
From Florida's perspective.
We want to end this now so we don't get fucked next round.
That's what I would have said. If I was in Florida's room with you boys, I'd be like, Loops, Uppy, try and make a play. Like, let's if we lose this one, it's only game 1. Now in Carolina, I think it would have been maybe different because it's home ice. But if we're on the road, let's end this, boys. Like, if we lose one game, who gives a fuck? I don't want to be here till tomorrow. Like, let's Loops, fucking get a snapper up. You take the net.
I've never been in a game like that. Never been in one past double OT, I don't think, but that one's got to take the wind out of your sails. Yeah. You play hockey for that long and fucking Tkachuk scores with 4 seconds left in like the 5th overtime or whatever. You're just like, fuck, boys, why didn't we lose that?
Yeah,
4 hours ago.
Right. That's like the Carolina.
Does the NHL fix that, boys? Did they ever address it, you think, for TV or for anything or for just that exact purpose?
I would be okay with maybe after double OT go down to 4-on-4. Can you go to 3-on-3 right away? Fuck, I wouldn't get a shift.
It's such a tough call.
It's a tough call.
It's such a tough call because it's one of the great things about hockey. But watching that game, I was like, this is getting pretty fucking bad.
It was sloppy.
Everyone's just flip. So
Shaddy's played in the longest one ever, which was in the lockout.
Yeah, in the bubble.
Tampa and Columbus played one that was 5.5 overtime.
So that's salt to the wound for this one. That's when they were in the bubble, and the other teams were supposed to play after them. So picture us sitting around waiting for this fucking game to end, and they're like, well, if it goes one more, you guys aren't playing. And sure enough, it went one more, and they sent their 2 teams home, and they had to come back the next day at like 11 a.m. to play. I'm like, fuck it, it's not worth it, boys.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Does this cup even count anyway?
It doesn't count.
That was when I remember.
So
that.
what did Shaddy say?
He was just, by that time, and they had Vasilevsky. He wasn't letting in a goal.
No,
there was no way they were scoring. And Vasilevsky and Bobrovsky. There was no way you're going to score on the fucking goalies.
No.
Right?
Couple Russians.
I remember that was
crazy Russians that don't get tired.
What are they on?
Izzy was born. That was the week Izzy was born, and I was watching all those play-in games of the first round, and I remember just being like, these are great, one after another after another. It was a kind of a unique time.
It was a fan's dream.
Yeah.
But what those guys went
through.
So
many games because they added an extra team, two extra teams, right?
Like now, if you asked me to go hang out in the bubble with you guys for 2 months and try to win the cup, I'd give my left nut for it. But back then, when I was playing and like had other things going, I'd be like, are you nuts?
Yeah.
No fans? I'm going to sit in here and not go have dinner or try to get laid or... I can't
toilet paper anywhere.
Back then you had to share a room too. You have to go in the bathroom, jerk off. You're like, fuck, what's going on here?
Someone hoarded all the toilet paper. And fuck this.
Hey, don't you get your own room here? So order me some chicken fingers. Fucking. Hey, Casey Hankinson texted me the other day, and he wanted me to know what was the game we played on the back of the bus. It was called Schnarps, right?
Yeah, Schnarps.
Do you know that Disco Dan Balsma is the head coach of the Coachella Valley Firebirds, and they're in the Calder Cup final?
They're going to win.
No way.
I texted him. I said in the same group text, I said the naked cartwheels must still be working. Eh? Yeah. You think he's still coming in buck naked, balls hanging out, just doing cartwheels, or what?
In this day and age, they might fucking lock you up for that. Who knows?
I wanted to ask you about your former squad too, the Leafs. Me and you have talked about. I've said on this very podcast that I think Matthews is going to end up going somewhere else, but you disagree with that. Eh? You think there's no way that Brad can let this guy walk?
Well,
sorry, please.
He's I don't know. Is it a tough job for Tree Living, or is this he's coming in? Everyone's like, we got to get rid of everyone. Like, well, he's coming in and he doesn't want to make a shit move for sure. Yeah. But also, he's got to be like, we haven't had the success that we want. To me, with Matthews is, if they were to trade him, I think they're rebuilding fully. Because now you don't have a number 1 center. You don't have a number 2 center. You don't have a goalie.
When you say it like that.
You don't have the most important part, so that you got one top pairing D in Riley.
You got Tavares locked up at 11.
Yeah.
Does Matthews take a deal to stay, though, and help out? Because they need help.
He's not taking it, but he's going to...
What's he going to get? 15 from where?
I heard it's either going to be a 3 or 5 year deal.
Yeah.
Probably 3.
At 15.
Because in 3 years, 97's a free agent.
They cut...
So, I don't know. That's what I heard. Anyway, this is just from what I heard.
They probably should have locked him up longer the last time his contract came around. Everyone signs 8 years when they go to that, and for some reason he got 5.
I think
is
it's a great deal.
Negotiation for him, but shit for
More
them
guys
because now
should do
he's got them, and he gets a no trade on July 1st.
Yeah,
can't lose the guy for nothing.
That's
He's
right.
one of the 5 best players in the league.
So it's funny you say that. They said Dave Pagnola came on last week and said on Cooley's show and said it's not July 1st and we'll go till September or something. But I'm with you. Like, you can't just let this July 1st pass by and run the risk of Matthews leaving town for free. Like, so right now he's making 11.6. So what do you think he wants? 3 years, 15? Or what do you think he wants? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
What would McKinnon get? He would want
McKinnon got 12.5.
Seems fair. The cap hasn't went up at all. Like,
no, yeah, that's a great point. Let me just double check that. But
I don't know. For them, I very much think there needs to be
12.6 for Nate.
There needs to be some change, but I don't think that's the guy. Then that leaves you without a number 1 center, and you take you another 5 years to get one of those.
Yeah,
I think
that's
there's other guys that could be moved for someone that brings a little different element, whether it's physicality, whether it's a guy that drags other guys into the fight, whether it's a forward and a D, maybe a second line forward and a second pairing D. Like, at some point you got to upset the apple cart. Is that
fucking push the apple cart over?
Yeah.
Flip
there
it.
has to be a change, and I don't know. It's for them to run it back with the same coach and the exact same core would be tough to me.
I agree.
It'd be really tough. You're putting a ton of pressure on everyone, and it just wouldn't be a fun situation.
No,
right from the day one of training camp.
Exactly.
It's just a fucking shitty situation.
And you held, and you agree with the media in Toronto. But that's the thing. If you bring the same guys back with the same coach, the first question from day one of training camp is like, okay,
all the way through.
They brought you back.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Speaking of former Leafs that took it on the chin in the media a little bit, we ran into your former teammate and buddy Dion Phaneuf.
Oh, you did?
Oh, what a... At first, I
thought you were going to say Phil Kessel.
No.
They both did.
Well, we looked for him
we saw Phil getting bagged in... Well, not bagged. He's playing 3-on-3.
No,
he wasn't getting
say,
bagged.
you can't bag Phil.
No, he was...
No, it's just 3-on-3. He's having fun out there.
I saw a clip. They do this thing on ESPN, the Quest for the Cup, too, and it was Phil in the dressing room and with this typical Phil voice, and the boys were laughing at him, and they were loving him. But
no, I saw an article the other day with... Sorry to talk about Phil first, but just the guys saying what a great dude he's been throughout these playoffs, and obviously after playing 82 regular season games and getting scratched all playoffs, there's probably some guys that would be like, fuck this, and it's just not his nature. While he will complain quite a bit, he does it in a funny way, and the guys love it, and he's by all accounts been a super positive influence for them throughout this playoff, and he's about to get his 3rd cup tonight, so there you go.
And it was great. There was this
or third or
this
fourth.
Is going to be his 3rd. No, he won 2 in Pitt.
Yeah,
this will be his 3rd. Some jerk off fucking reporter from Canada. We meet up. He snuck into the press conference between game 1 and 2. Looking for a beer in Vegas. You should see.
Yeah. We weren't going to the press.
We were trying to get beer because there's a bar up top of the practice rink, and they weren't serving beer because the NHL wouldn't let them. Shocker, Batman. And this one guy, some nerd from Canada, goes, "Is there any way? What's going to take for Phil to get in the lineup?" And Bruce Cassidy's like, "An injury? Like, he's been great. Like,
an injury to our top 6.
And they got another guy, Connor, that would get him. Like, he wasn't going to get in, but basically, I guess my point is that Bruce said how good of a team guy he's been, and he has that sense of humor, and you can see. I guess he went out for dinner with him and Quickie went out for dinner with Biz and the boys the other night in Florida, and so they're enjoying themselves too. Right? You got to enjoy yourself.
Fuck yeah!
But they played a little 3-on-3 there. We tried to get him. We yelled at him, didn't we?
What would this be for Quick? This will be 3 for him too.
Yeah.
How many? Only won 2 or 3?
2. Won 2.
Yeah.
2.
This will be 3.
Fucking right. What a run.
I wanted to ask you too that we got you here. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but your boy Mike Babcock, he's back from the dead. Break out the dip you do, by the way. I've never known. He fucking slicks the hair back. I never noticed that until it's resurfaced here. Break out the dip you do for him. C-Bus. What were your initial reactions on that one? I was a little shocked. I thought he was done forever.
I assumed he was done for like you haven't even heard his name in years.
No.
I guess this goes back to before. I guess anyone could come back up. You might have a chance.
Yeah, thanks.
Bust out the skates.
Thanks. But geez, are they okay with like the way he was treating players back then and stuff? What are they saying?
The way I've seen Marner's career develop, he might have been fucking right today. Give your balls a little bit more of a tug, kid. But I mean, I think it's something that probably the ownership, and I don't know how to pronounce the Finnish guy's name, Ukalinen or whatever the GM is there, that probably is going to have a conversation with him like, hey,
he needs to get on line.
You can't come.
you need to
First thing you do,
abuse this line.
bag this fucking guy, get him going.
Yeah. Whatever you did with Marner, do it to Liney.
Hey, poor Johnny Hockey just wanted to sign in the place where there'd be no media coverage. He could just cruise along in last place. And
he should have called me.
Join Muirfield Village.
He should have called me before he signed that deal, and fucking 8-year deal in Columbus.
Ooh, Johnny.
Now he's got Mike Babcock in, and
you would probably. I bet you now you would love Columbus now that you're a family man with 2 kids, and I bet you would love Columbus.
I would hate it. I would.
Everyone that has a family loves it. You're thinking of the old Upshall when you were single. Now with kids and stuff, you might like it. Johnny has kids. I guess
you get like a pad for like
You get a massive pad. You could have cheap. Think about all the shit you could have in your backyard in Columbus.
I don't have room for it here.
You could have fucking everything in your backyard there.
That's true. Good point.
Your electrical bill would be even more.
It's cheap electricity out in the Midwest.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, they got their own energy out there?
It's triple out here in this fucking communist country. Fucking California.
This guy's got more shit in that backyard.
My electrical bills, I'm getting stroked.
Well, you got a hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah, you got a fucking
4 or 5 fridges.
5 fridges.
Deep freeze.
A pool.
By the way, I bought a cow.
Bocce grill. I don't know if he plugs that in.
I bought a cow the other day.
I got a full
Yeah, your TV's a lower fucking.
I got a full cow in the fucking deep freeze.
His neighbor's lights just are always dimming every time he fires something else on. It's like,
I gotta get this game on. What do you mean you bought a cow?
I got a fucking organic cow from Nebraska. You get shipped here. Bought the whole thing. Fucking T-bones and fucking ground beef.
She's already chopped up.
Ribeye.
I was like, fuck. You're gonna call me over. Can you help me butcher this fucking thing?
She's chopped. You can come over and eat it.
Get a good look at a bull's ass, but no way, it's gotta be your bull. Johnny Hockey though. That's funny though. He just tries to go to Columbus. I think they're gonna be all right though. Is Babs? In all seriousness, is he a decent coach? So like, there was times that there was things you did like you've had him twice.
Yeah,
you had him when you were a rookie.
He is. I mean, he's the most prepared and probably hardest working coach like I ever played. I mean, he is always trying to adapt different things in the game, and let's hope he's smart enough to adapt how he is treating the new age player. Like it's.
Excuse me.
It's a different athlete now in every sport. Everyone says the same thing. Like they got a little more power. Handle fucking. They got more power. They don't handle criticism. Yeah. They guys will fucking cry if the coach yells at them.
I'm starting to think maybe I should have cried in Calgary a couple times. With Bob, if I should have just
went in this room and started crying, they would have cut you.
If I start crying,
you're gone.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't have.
Well, they cut me either way.
You wouldn't have a pot to piss in though. If you cried as a fucking 22-year-old kid,
I was 31.
They're like, who the fuck is it?
Huh? I was 32.
32.
And I was crying on the inside.
Christ, don't cry.
One of Loops' best texts ever. Loops, this sums up my Calgary Flames career in a nutshell. He's like, I come out after the game. I played about 4 fucking minutes, and I think it was in Edmonton. So I get on the bus. I got a text from Loops. He's like, "Fuck Loops, I flipped on these in Toronto." He's like, "I flipped on the bell."
He's in the gym after.
He's like, "But I had to turn her off after the 10-minute mark. He didn't have a shift." I was like, "Yeah, I don't blame you, buddy."
He put him his first shift 15 minutes into the game. You're like, "Yo, thanks, man."
Yeah, like, thanks, man. Way to get me going.
Way to really
take the chin strap off the first TV timeout.
Was that Hartley? Yeah.
Fucking guy.
What's he doing now? He's probably going to come back and coach.
He went to Russia, right?
He's in Russia, I think. If I ever cross paths with him, I'm telling you, I'm fucking lowering the boom. You have to bail me out.
I will.
Just a solid punch right in the stomach.
Yeah, just a shoulder drop or something. Then maybe fall on him.
We'll spend whatever's in the account, even if you don't show up to the court date after. Just take the cash. Fuck it.
Just get me out of there. Loops, let's talk a little golf with you, fella. U.S. Open, LACC. This is going to come out. So it's going to be done when this comes out next week. But we've played that track. What are your thoughts on this track? You excited about watching it?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to play it a bunch of times. It's obviously they can make this course so fucking hard. And you see some of those videos where they're like dropping balls and they're disappearing.
Yeah, I know.
Remember Bobby Jones brought us out there for the first time. Remember that?
Yeah, just
Sandbagger.
worked me over.
Jones, yeah.
Just worked me over.
You know, Bobby Jones introduced me to Lou Welsh, who introduced me to Big Canyon. That's how I got that intro.
Wow.
Full circle. Now you're leaving.
Times,
Now he's calling Bobby again. Can I join LACC?
Yeah, that's what.
Are you really thinking about? We're gonna have to topic. Are you really thinking about not having a golf course though? Like,
I might join as a social.
you can't golf.
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
Yeah, fuck. I probably don't even. Fuck, who knows if I even live here for that long. And I can go from a social to a non-resident if I switch.
Oh.
And then you still get your 10. Do you get 20
So
rounds? You get 20
Basically,
rounds as a
he's put some thought into this.
20 rounds as a
You
non-resident.
get 20 rounds as a non-res.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That with 2 kids, 20 rounds is perfect.
Yeah, I know that is a good deal for you.
That would be the problem. But if I do get the non-resident, I actually have to show that I leave.
Well, you do leave.
I know, but like,
We just talked about your schedule. You're
just
going
send
6 months.
just send this podcast. So like,
send him the itinerary for the next 3 weeks. No, but Izzy's starting school here too, right? So it's a fucking.
So you're not fucking leaving. Where are you going then? Huh? Where are you going?
I don't know. Fuck, back to Fort Mac.
How am I going back to Port Hope myself?
Yeah.
So LACC. Sorry, we got off topic on you there.
Oh, you asked who I like.
Yeah, who you like, bud? You want
I
some?
don't know.
the
Let's
odds.
pull up the odds.
I got the
odds right here.
I got the odds for you, buddy.
I mean, how do you, if you're not just picking, like, how do you not pick Brooks Koepka?
Yeah.
Luke's here, the odds
He
right
almost
here.
won the Masters, and then,
True.
I mean, he's going to be on the top page.
He's
Here's
probably
the
a
odds right
great
here.
top 10 pick.
You can scroll if you want.
What about Max Homa? I like Max Homa.
Max Homa wins in California, right?
Wins in
his thing.
California.
He likes the grass.
Colin Morikawa.
Like Binger, he likes the grass.
He likes the sweet nectar of the West Coast herb. I think you scrolled on the big old mouse pad there. You might want to disinfect that fucking thing before.
No, that's guy. I keep that.
Is
for
that
the
just
iPad.
your work computer?
That's right.
I look up. He's got his bet slip here already on the side. He's got Phil Mickelson plus 4,000.
That's finished top 10.
Oh, that's top 10.
Top
I was
10.
going to say Phil's going to finally break the U.S. Open drought now.
I think, like, obviously with his age, this is as good a chance as he. I might tickle Phil. I might tickle him. I might.
Fuck yeah.
And I think
know.
he's feeling.
With his new physique, I don't even know if he could walk this course.
I
He's
know,
about
it's a
150
bear.
pounds.
It's a bear. It's a fucking. He doesn't eat, He just eats once a day and drinks
Yeah, he
coffee and
just drinks
shits his
coffee.
brains out, I guess. Hey, Loops, you remember the hole number 6? It's the little par 4 down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were showing that one. Like, what a risk reward. Like, if you lay it back, you got to flip in a wedge, or you can try to attack it.
Attack it. So actually, I was playing. My partner had our member guest last week, Chase Brogan. He's a member there, and he was out with. Or who was he talking to? One of the guys that was helping with the setup, and he thought what most guys are actually going to do is hit it over the trees to the right.
Yeah, there's room.
Down to that little area there where you get a good angle.
Yeah.
Like, not try and go for the green.
Yeah.
Because if you hit it that other way, it's so thin, and
I think we tried to take it over that tree, didn't we?
Are we talking about?
I just remember.
it's the tiny little one where you can drive it past the hole and hit back at the green.
Yeah. So,
I
but
just
if you
remember-
go left,
Yeah.
you got a good. That's
Yeah, but right, you got a
saying
better
that-
angle.
Because it's the greens like that. He said that's what most of the guys will probably do.
Yeah, listen to the guy yesterday. So basically, if the pin is right, they're going to go far left because you have a backstop.
You shoot it backwards. Yeah.
You have a backstop to the far left right pin. When it's in the middle, they almost are going to lay up back, so you can hit it and use the hill for it to come around. It's tricky. Now, I didn't hear of going short right.
Long
Yeah.
right, over the tree.
Over the
Well,
tree.
over the tree right
It's
is
short
right
of
at the green.
Yeah.
The green's a little left of the tree. So you hit it right and you'd have
Yeah.
the tree.
Yeah.
I just remember when they showed it, I'm pretty sure me and Loops, we tried to take her over that tree and we were up there looking for our nugget. That's what I remember. I just remember up there in the fescue looking for my ball. And the second time I played there, I hit 7-iron down the middle, and then I think I bladed it over the fucking green. And
Hey, where's the Canadian that won?
Nick Taylor.
I'm getting pretty far down the list here, and
How great was that, by the way?
unbelievable. That's as rowdy as you'll see Canadians get right there.
I'm telling you, like I said it last week, Loops, on the pod. I was proud to be a Canadian watching till the security guy almost killed Adam Hadwin. But the atmosphere, man, it was unbelievable. Like, it was like
that was pretty cool.
It was really cool.
Just a little 72-footer.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, back to my picks.
Who you got? We'll fire this out on social.
Hovland.
Hovland, great pick.
He just seems like is he due for one?
He's definitely due. He's been knocking on the door.
Yeah. Every major, I feel like he's there. And the little... Now I want a value pick. Why... Is Justin Thomas just struggling big time right now, or what?
Well, we saw him. We saw him a couple weeks. We saw him last week at the Grove, and Uppy asked him if he was going to the Melbourne party. He looked like he was pretty focused. He was heading to the range with his old man. I think he's just going through some.
Plus 5,000. I mean that.
Yeah, that's a good value bet.
Yeah,
he was a nice guy too.
He seemed like
a nice guy. You're not going to be here this weekend, are you?
I'm not. No.
No, I'm going to go up Saturday and check it out. So, looking forward to that. Live PGA. We've talked about this a lot. You know, me and you, and you're not a huge live guy, but what do you think of this whole what do you think, bud?
I mean, it was shocking, and it was, I don't know, if I was a player on the PGA Tour, I'd be pretty fucking choked.
Yeah, I think they are.
In a lot of different ways. They passed up a chance to make a bunch of money. Basically, they were fed a bunch of stuff that they all repeated for a year, and then one day they wake up and they're like, I'm now...
By the way, boys,
you're owned by the Saudi investment fund or whatever it's called. They're like, what? The guys that we've been motherfucking for the last year?
Yeah, but
like,
do you think just financially, Jay Monahan went to these meetings and saw what was going to add up and be like, boys, like if you're on the tour and he comes and say, boys, well, financially we couldn't beat him. I had to. Would you cut him with some breakdown as an ex-player, or if
I think that's probably what he said.
Yeah,
I think most likely, from what I heard from a couple people, is them having that antitrust lawsuit against the PGA. They were gonna just fucking start bleeding him dry.
Yeah.
They had him bent over, and they're just like, "We'll win $100 million lawsuit and spend $500 million on legal fees. We don't give a shit."
Yeah, and then really bankrupt the fucking PGA.
I don't think.
I just think there's room. I think there's room for both. Just because they do have so much fucking money, and they can do 5 tournaments around the world that are like the fucking TPC. Or like the Waste Management Open. And why not? That's a party. That's something that generates money for all sponsors. It could be all over the world. The only thing is they're going to have their hands in the mix, and they're going to want control of things. And as we've seen Monahan, he doesn't like to give up control of anything.
Yeah, wait till they give him a call and say, Jay, your office is now in Saudi Arabia. Back up your stuff.
Bring your sunscreen, Jay.
Bring your sunscreen.
Loops' birthday is September 23rd, right, Loops?
Yeah.
Chicago Rich Harmer's Farm, September 22nd, 24, Live Tour. Do we go in and play Butler and Medina and watch Steeler fucking... That could be something we do for...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
Stay at the Soul House?
Could play in the Pro-Am?
I tried to get you on Augusta for your 40th. It's not looking good, bud. Matty Ice, if you're listed, text me back.
Yeah.
Who else I reach out to?
Yeah.
A couple guys at Big said can't do it. What about Cyprus, maybe? I've been trying to get you on Cyprus for your 40th, too.
Matty Ice was 1 second half away from being a lifetime member at Augusta.
Yeah, fucking Tom Brady fucked us.
Instead, now Brady and Manning are.
Yeah. Actually, the offensive coordinator for that team is...
Yeah, Shanahan.
I woke up in Finland watching that game going in the second half being like, why aren't they just running the nugget here?
Yeah.
Have you played that Rich Harvest Farms? No, you weren't.
No, I was there.
Yeah. That was Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
That's when we went to pick the tickets up at Updog's house, and he came down in his pajamas still. He goes, I'll meet you boys there. I said, what's going on?
I had to sleep in the hallway.
Yeah. Slept on the floor.
Slept right on the floor of the hallway.
On the blow-up bed.
How is your golf game, Loops? I know, listen, I went through a swing change. I'm still going through. You going through a little swing change or what?
I am.
How's it going?
It's not perfect.
You got to stick with it, though.
I know. I had the member guest this week. I shot 94, then 78. Like, come on.
Yeah, anywhere between a couple pair 82s, or something, 83s. But listen, I played a few member guests with you. You're nice enough to bring me the talent until you realized I couldn't win it for you. But you got better. You always, and me too, we started off so bad that by the time the tournament ended, we're like, we'll play 9 more now. Where you're just drunk enough. Right, you're just drunk enough, and if your body's finally loosed up, you're like, you guys want to play now? But the first round, it's like 8 a.m. tea time. We're like, fuck, both of us out there, like fucking.
They're never easy.
No, I got Richardson's member guest coming up. He sends me a tea times 8 a.m. I said, you start greasing whoever you got to grease there to get us about a 10-15 or
15.
You know what I mean?
Hey, what are the rules on taking a piss here during this thing?
Take away. Yeah, we were talking swings. There is scar tissue, by the way. Every time I get on number 8 at Big Canyon, there's so much scar tissue. You can throw a number 9 at Shady Canyon, by the way. That's the hardest hole.
9, 10, 11, 12 for me. I got scar tissue on those 4. The other 14, though, I can get at.
You like to play tournament golf, though. I was joking with you the other day. I texted you. You're like that fucking Siwoo M guy or whatever that plays every week. Every time you come home, you're like, I got my member guest. I guess you probably plan your travel around the tournaments too, right?
I think we're just having a bunch more tournaments now because after COVID and stuff, I don't know.
Yeah.
Club's trying to get more money, raise more money. They make a bunch more money when there's tournaments.
I'm sure they do.
Charge every member $2,500 fucking.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the guest rounds, I've been itching for you to play. I mean, Big E's I've been trying to play golf with Big E for 8 months. I just said, listen, I don't think it's in the cards, fella. Like, it was a good run. But they bumped up your guest fees. I almost feel bad making you bring me up there.
They bumped up everything, yeah.
Fuck. That's the thing. I walk into Big Kenny the other day and this guy like congratulates. He's like, hey, congratulations. Going to be. I'm like, I don't know if congratulations is the right word, but like, I'm about to get just fucking bent over here. But yeah, I would have just like to continue on being a junior here for $30K. Like, you know, it's expensive out here to tee it up.
Fucking right.
You can't not have a golf course though. I just can't. What if you got a big business deal coming in? You got to take them golfing. They go, you got Panger being like, hey, sorry, your 10 rounds are up.
Yeah, he's like, meet me at Oak Creek.
Pelican Hill.
Drop them.
Do you still get to keep your locker if you're social?
Yeah. I ain't giving that up. I got Bobby in my back pocket.
Yeah, that's true.
No, yeah.
Loops, I want to ask you about, we're going to Ireland for all of our 40th, but it's around my birthday, but looking forward to getting over there with you, seeing the tracks. Shout out to Billy Quinn. He's taking us over on his bird. It's going to be unbelievable, but this is going to be bucket list shit, bro. I'm excited.
Pumped. I've never been to Ireland.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I got waved off last year.
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah. Well, don't worry.
No, and you missed the time with me coming back from Mykonos because you were
I had the shits,
That'll happen.
Don't worry. Squid.
We didn't see.
It's a bad squid.
We didn't do a lot of sightseeing me and Mac Elder. I could just tell you what every bar, Temple bar area. Listen, you're not going to have to worry about being the drunkest guy there. Because there's going to be about 50 Irishmen that are drunker than all of us. And we can
it doesn't mean it can't try.
No, we're going to try our hardest.
There'll be some good caddies over there, though.
Yeah.
Good caddy. You're going to get a good caddy on your back. Yeah, good caddy on your back. They'll be drinking.
Yeah, Brooks Koepka's caddy last week. He's a good Irish guy. His accent. I can't wait to hear some of these boys, like, when they start just spitting off with their Irish accent. We got to go to McGregor's bar, too, although Loops is a big fan. McGregor knocked that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He knocked him right.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
I don't know what happened there. I think that
wasn't like a punch that went wrong. He was just trying to take that guy's head off for whatever reason.
I will say the tracksuit he had on looked nice, so that was looking like a buttery tracksuit.
What's he do?
He ground and pounded him at the end too. It wasn't he dropped it with one.
Does he like the lawsuits and just the pub? He likes breaking the the shit.
I think he's all charged up on it.
I think he might be doing some type of stimulant.
Yeah, I think he's all charged up on fucking proper 12 and everything else.
Proper 12.
Yeah, I saw him in Vegas. I was
full of steroids, cocaine, and proper 12.
He's so yoked right now.
I was just drunk as a skunk when I saw him, but he was fired up pretty. He was having a good time.
In Ireland?
In Vegas. No, I saw him in Vegas at the Davis Garcia fight.
Oh.
He was charged up.
Yeah.
He pointed at me like, you just stay right fucking there. And I was like, yeah, I'm just saying hi, buddy. I'm just saying hi. That's all I'm saying.
Don't fucking wail on me like that poor mascot.
And last but not least, Loops, I checked the fucking AL East standings the other day because hockey's coming to an end here. And, you know, me and you that's our squad. We're sitting 10.5 out here. It wasn't exactly like, I wasn't exactly
He's
like
checking
excited
some time
about.
Matches going off at.
Like 10.5 seems, although wild card.
10 games back. Holy shit. Tampa Bay's 48 and 21.
Yeah, I mean, do we have a chance? Like, should I break out my Chappie jersey or should I just...
No, well, there's like 6 wild cards now.
Yeah, that's true. We got a chance. And Bigger said Vladdy, Chappie, and Bobuchet are all going to make the All-Star team. Voted in. So
voted in. There you go.
That's pretty impressive.
Really?
Chappie deserves it.
Yeah.
So does Bichette. Guerrero is.
So he's lying in the weeds. He's bust loose. Anything else you want to touch on, fella? We got to do this more often, by the way. Anytime you want, now that you know where the studio is, just send us a text and say, let's say we could do this and
touch on topics that are happening.
We need to come in here one time. I really want to do this with you guys and get drunk and do it. Like, you know, I love Blue Lights. We'll have some Blue Lights too, but I'm talking bottle of fucking Blue Label. And just fucking go.
Why, you think you'll open up a little bit more? Or?
No, I just want to tell you.
You were talking about not wearing condoms. Multiple blowjobs at a party.
I just really want to know what it's going to feel like.
Where else do you want to go?
Yeah.
No, I kind of, you know what I want, boys, and it's probably one of those shit. I just want to take a trip down memory lane. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to go back to when.
Sometimes I need a reminder.
To when we were 26 and we were making bananas and we were just fucking going and we were seeing the ball well and You know, it was fucking great.
Well said. How to reminisce, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was as Comrie. What do you call this? A tripod back in the day. It's a fucking good run, boys.
Yeah, it's a good run.
Now I can't get off the couch. Like, I'm tired just sitting here. I've just been talking. My back's tight. And Loops, I love you, buddy. I hope you know you're always a part of Mystic Curfew. This podcast wouldn't be anything without you. We talk about you every week, and you're always welcome, brother.
All right, boys. Thanks for having me. See you next time.
Fella.